We are not a delivery company. We are not even a robotic delivery company. We are a robotic company. And what we are trying to do is build robots that can navigate complex human environments. So you have, huge success in warehouse robotics. This has been going for a while, that those have scaled, but those environments are really controlled. So the technology is very different when you leave the warehouse. And then there's the other end of the spectrum, which is the road. So the self-driving cars, again, really different, really unique environments. And we are not going after either of those two, but we are going basically for everything in between, which is places where humans and robots are going to interact. They're going to coexist in the same spaces, which, by the way, is most of the spaces. Now, food delivery happens to be a really good place to get started. In fact, last mile broadly is a really good place to get started because it's very inefficient today. Just to give you a sense, if you order something from China right now to your front door, it costs about $2. But if you order it from Chinatown, it costs $10. So it's a very, very, ideal place to go bring efficiency. And again, starting with the food vertical, and you can expand later. But once you solve last mile and you have a technology that works there, it can do a lot of other things. I'll give you an example. Walmart asked us to do a pilot where we would pick up things from their back office and bring it to the parking lot. This is for people who are ordering pickup and they're waiting in their car. Now, Walmart has pickers. They grab stuff and put it in the bag. The same pickers had to spend more time walking than picking. So they just go to the parking, hand it over, come back. Well, a robot can do that. And we showed up there with the same robot that was working on sidewalks, but we were 99% autonomous in 48 hours on a Walmart parking lot. It's a similar space. You have the cars, you have the kids, you have the pets. It's all very similar, but in a different application. So our goal is to build the best platform for robots that can navigate complex human environments. And we can't make every form factor of those robots. We should be the one that basically has the killer application using which we build the platform itself, the underlying platform. And then we can give access to other folks. Magna is one of the first where they have access to our platform and they're using various pieces of it. There's actually, I mentioned in our recent quarterly call that we have another partner now, a European major automaker that's doing the same. There are a couple others. We haven't announced or named them yet, but we would in the future. So that's the long-term play for us as we build a platform, open it up to more folks.
As you build the platform, now I'm going to give you a real world example. Daughter goes to school, forgets say, a book, textbook, or binder. Oh, I got to get in the car and go. It's 2 miles down the road. I'd love to have a personally owned serve robot that I can put the book in there, send it off to school. Magna has world class manufacturing capabilities. You're building out a world class robotics data set. Could at some point, will you sell me or I can subscribe to a personal robot?
What you're pointing out is right now, most things are moving from a central location to the home, but they're not moving between homes as easily, or even reverse logistic of sending something back is kind of a nightmare. So you bring that $10 cost that I mentioned down, you can do a lot of other interesting things. In fact, when people talk about the TAM for last mile, I think it's infinite because it's $10 right now and we're using it so much. If you bring that down to $1, or honestly, because of advertising we talked about, you may be able to bring that cost down to zero because advertising and other monetization sources could actually pay for the robots operating out there. So if you bring that cost down, I can imagine people sending each other stuff. And, when you forget something, and if it's close, a robot would do it. If it's longer, maybe it's a combination of robots and a car or a drone, which, by the way, we have a partnership on the drone side as well. So I absolutely see us doing things very differently as this cost comes down.